So I'm obviously already in this one. Forgot to turn the camera on. It's been about a week since I've been out, since I was on a trip. And what is this? That looks like it might be a decent outdoor rug, since it doesn't have any padding on the back and we need one because the one we got is falling apart. So that might work out. This, no. This, nice round rug. No, it's wool. That gets wet, it'll never dry. Let's see here. So I will take this, just because it's got the metal on it. I'll cut the metal off the straps. It's good heavy stuff. Doesn't take much to clean it up, so why not? So it really smells like oil here. Nothing. Actually, get a container for those straps. I'm not gonna take more cardboard because I don't need it. So the trip was awesome. It's actually a bit too warm in Montana, but it ended up being perfect weather. We ended up having a really nice time cross-country skiing in Yellowstone, and it's just fabric. Got the cross-country ski at another place outside of Bozeman, outside of near Bridger Bowl. It was an awesome trip. So I'm really glad I went with them. This is what I was looking for when I came here today. So I'm really liking these things. I hope I find them whenever I come here. So it's good extruded aluminum. And each one of these, this is one of the lighter ones, so I'll get like 5 pounds out of that, but at 70 cents a pound, it adds up quick. And then in here, and I can just take this off over here. That I'll get just dirty aluminum. And then the rest of it is trash. So I'm hoping I find more of that. That's a wrap. That's a lot of moving for a little bit of scrap, but at least I know that there's nothing in there. This is the main reason I came out here, because I knew these dumpsters, if they weren't gone, they'd have something good in them, and it looks like there might be. Oh yeah, look at that. Studs in a situation like this stay. Big pipe comes for sure. That's got wire in it. That's got more wire. I don't know. This is, holy cow, that is heavy. Is that? I'm gonna have to see if that's metal. Yeah, it is metal. I can see that. This thing right here, whatever this is, that's gotta weigh 20 plus pounds. All those are coming. And these do not look like, it just looks like they're taking care of the ceiling and they're just dumping the drywall in here with everything else. These have not been recycling dumpsters, and I don't anticipate they are. And it doesn't say recycling on the side of these, but yeah, I need to get to work here. Oh man. So I think what I'm gonna do is take this heavy frame first. I'll stick that on the floor along with all those square pieces, because that's the most weight for the amount of space. and that's going to be my goal. Keep that back because I'll put the poles up top. It doesn't really matter which side I park my truck on. What's in here? Just folders and so that is one as well. Man, those things, they seriously got some weight to them. And I can see the inside. Oh, they're concrete. Yeah, okay. So these are steel and concrete, but because concrete makes up a majority of it, I'm only going to take a few to take in. I'm not going to take them all. Kind of balance out between what should be recycled and what shouldn't. Because I'd actually feel bad if I took all these in versus just a few, but I don't get anything for short steel. I get the same price if I take in a fridge or if I take in short steel. So for that reason, I'm gonna limit myself to what I take here. That'll be good. Okay, so I got those in. Now, start. This stuff in. So I'm sure some people are going to be like, you shouldn't have taken any of those things, and other people are going to be like, you should have taken them all. So no way I'm going to win that one. So I took what I thought was fair enough, considering that most of the rest of the weight is going to be completely short steel. As far as really clean pipe. Man, this stuff is super long. And it wouldn't matter if I had the truck right here, because I'm gonna want to load this a very specific way from the ground, just so that I can make sure it fits. Yeah, there's some good cat wire here. I do not need all that. That can pull out. Yeah, this stuff is really nice. Now, hopefully there's no security around here. I've never seen them, but I've never been out this late. So hopefully that won't be an issue. And since they're cleaning out this building, I'm pretty sure I don't need to worry about anybody inside, but all I'm doing is recycling. That's it. So I want to also take some of the short stuff to lay flat in the bed, as well as the long stuff. So I'll get the easy pickings from each one, like this stuff. And if this were something that I shouldn't be taking, for people that don't scrap, all they gotta do is give a description to the local scrap yards of what was taken. They've got cameras all over the place when you check in, when you're unloading, everything. And all they gotta do is give a description. If they see that a bunch of pipe was taken without authorization and they didn't like it, they've got my license plate, they've got my ID, they've got everything they need to come and find me and ask me, what was I thinking? So I've taken in a lot of stuff where it might look questionable, like tons of cat wire and stuff like that still that was just taken off the spools, and it was just dumped in landfill dumpsters, and if anybody didn't like it, they could have easily found me. I've even been fingerprinted, depending on what I brought in. So, yeah. Definitely want the wire because that's worth $1.50 a pound. All right, let's load what I got and we'll come back and look at more. Okay, so I got all that in, and I'm gonna get out my wire cutters and pull whatever this stuff I can get out that won't come willingly, although a lot of it. This seems to be okay. Just drop that down there. Yeah, I want this flyaway stuff. Hopefully no one from the apartment complex calls about all the noise going on next door. Somebody's digging through the trash. Yeah, it is super loud. Yeah, there's no hiding that I'm here. I should probably be doing this from the other side. All this stuff has wire in it. Which means I'm gonna have to go through it all and kind of unload it before I turn it into shred. Yeah, well, this stuff, I'll just get what I can from this side, and then it makes more sense, obviously, to grab it from the other side and then get in. So on this side, what do we got here? Ooh, scraps. It's all, oh no, that's full. Just clear out. Yeah, something like this I'll worry about at home, but there's enough wire in there to take that. That's fiber wire. That heavy one. Yeah, I'm gonna have plenty of room underneath for small stuff, but we'll see how much of this crap I want to take. It is really kind of a pain. Okay. Let me load up this. Yeah, all this small stuff I would love to just throw in the back of the truck. I wasn't even going to come out tonight, and then I decided to, but I was watching some stuff with the girlfriend, and then when she went to bed, I was like, well, I think I'm going to go out. Yeah, might not sound too loud on camera, but it is echoing through this whole place. But I'm going out with friends tomorrow night, and tomorrow night's not an option. So it has to be late tonight. A lot of this little stuff. I'll come back in for that. That's got some good weight to it. Definitely worth it. Same thing with this mess. Oh, get this out now so that the dust settles when I come back in. Yeah, I'll fill up buckets with that. Same thing. Some of this other stuff. Okay, that wasn't smart. All right, I'm gonna get a bucket, pick up the little stuff. I'm gonna grab this and then decide how much more I want to go through at this time of night. So I'll be back. All right, so what I'm doing is picking up all the little stuff that fits in the buckets and that I can be quiet with. And I know some people probably are gonna say just go for it, but I always ask myself too, like, yeah, like, you know, this is echoing, like every little thing is echoing. If I was over there and someone was over here digging and I couldn't sleep, or my kid's room was over there, would I be upset about it? And the answer is yes. So I try to be respectful in that manner, and just me walking around is making a ton of noise. I got the good heavy metal. Probably go through this pile here before I leave, even though it does look like a very dusty mess. But yeah, I'm pretty much done here. It'll probably be 10 minutes to wrap up. I'm going to drive somewhere else even to tie that down just for noise. But yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes. And all right, so I already tried opening up both doors and they won't budge because they've got all that goodness in them. Look at that. So that's a lot of plastic. That is a lot of wire. I guess, well, could have pulled it up closer, I guess, but I wasn't sure what I'd find. And that's copper wire, so that's good stuff. This is flat wire, wire extension. This is all plastic. That's all metal. That's junk wire. I don't know how far I'm gonna get on this one. Yeah, now I'm in an industrial complex, so, and it's probably, I don't know, midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that. So it will look suspicious at this point in time, for sure. I think that's a good light. That is going to be a light with metal. That's all junk wire. These are empty. These are crap wire. Actually, all those other ones that I threw out are junk wire too. Yeah, my yard doesn't do tinned wire. Could probably throw it into shred, but I'll decide what I'm going to do with it later. That feels empty. These are all wire. Feet are getting tired being on this edge of this thing. So these are not metal, no, those are all plastic. What's in here? Don't want to take stuff I just gotta throw out. These are all, well, they're brand new in the box. Maybe that could be like a sell on eBay type of thing. That is plastic. That's even got a plastic base. That thing is full. Alright. I realize I don't even have any boxes because I used them all up at the other place. That was just plastic. I don't know how I'm gonna clean this out. Oh yeah. Okay, I need to see if these are worth taking or not. We'll take them. Can always just throw them out. I had a box. I need to look on the other side maybe. Let's see if I can't find one. That'll sort of work. Let's see what's holding up this door. That's metal. Let's see if we can get that out. I think a lot of this is going to be useless. All the light bulbs, if I pull any more out of here, I've still got a bunch I'm going to take to Habitat for Humanity, and I think they take stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they do. I'm gonna clean up my mess before I go too far. That feels like a really nice heavy transformer. I'd love to find more of those. Now I'm starting to see stuff. That's what I want right there. Sounds like just any of that stuff. There's a few more light bulbs, but those aren't worth messing with. Not when I see this stuff with wire. I'll clean up my mess later. All right, let me get my stuff put away, and I'll come back. Metal screening. Okay, so what I want to do is get because that's all aluminum. Light bulbs. I guess I could use that for small stuff. Man, there's so much in here. And oh, man, this stuff I think they take as well, I hope. It's just light plates, but I mean, they're perfectly good. You can donate those. What is this? It's a fixture, and it has a ballast in it, so that will be a couple of pounds of metal and ballast. Something's got a lot of weight on this thing. Can't budge them. Yeah, I know I should have emptied this all out from the beginning like I've done before, but I really didn't think I was going to hang around this long and try to get this stuff out like I am. And I still want to leave in a couple of minutes, but now I'm just getting annoyed that stuff's not moving and I want it. Jeez. That took forever. I don't know where I'm going to fit all this. sort of got room in the back, but I ended up taking, after I shut off my camera, a lot of that flyaway steel, because I wasn't really planning on coming here. And then on my way home, I'm like, you know, I'm so close. Why don't I? Okay, now I can get these, which I can throw in the back. That is another heavy transformer or something. Yeah, I don't need that. And I just broke it. This thing. Oh, yeah, that's gotta be 30 pounds. Whatever that is. And there's another one right there, and I want it. Okay. I've about hit the end of my limit. I don't know what these things are. Oh, but that I'd love to find more of those super heavy transformers. So sitting at this dumpster, my light is dead, but I just got done packing up all the light stuff, and there's this. I am definitely going to try to throw that on top. It's definitely worth it. Kind of like these plants, but we don't do indoor plants, and I don't think those will live outside, so I'll leave them for somebody else. But this thing is going to come with me. It's definitely worth taking. Okay, late the next morning, early afternoon, I slept in, and usually I start my night around 6 and end about 10 o'clock. Last night I didn't start till 10, so I didn't end till 2. I really wasn't expecting to find this much stuff. I'm happy that I did, but that went a lot longer than I anticipated. I did end up putting time on myself just because I didn't want to make a whole lot of noise in that one dumpster. But as you can see, I did grab a lot of those flyaway studs. Some of them are heavier than others, heavier gauge. It does add up, and I wasn't sure if I was going to find anything else. So after I turned the camera off, I took whatever was sitting on top or that I could move without making a ton of noise. Like I said in the video, I really didn't want to make noise for that apartment complex and have a cop rolling up on me just because somebody's over in the parking lot making a lot of noise, which could be a possibility. I know I wouldn't appreciate somebody over there doing that to me, so I try to be respectful in that aspect. There's all the pipe that I took. There's a lot of wire in that. I need to get a lot of these boxes unhooked or at least opened up so I can grab the wire out. I'm hoping to make a shred run tomorrow and maybe a small scale run. But as you can see, I've got most of the shred back here. I do have some boxes from the light dumpster up there. And then I've got all this in the back of the cab. This is what the other side looks like. And then this is what the front looks like. So let me get all this stuff sorted out and organized so I can at least attempt to show you what kind of stuff I need to micro scrap out and maybe what I will be donating and also trying to sell. Fast forward a couple of hours later, and I got quite the mess here. It's organized chaos, but this is what the back of the truck bed looks like. I decided to clean everything out except for that frame and the heavy plates, whatever those are, just because there's glass all over that and I didn't want to get it all over the street here. There's all the shred material, probably at least $40 in shred material. I will have to put all that back in, obviously, but I needed to get all the wire out of a lot of that stuff. Ended up with about 30 pounds of cat wire out of it at $1.50 a pound, so it was definitely worth my time. And I needed the exercise, to be honest. So to start with, all this stuff here is just a bunch of the little boxes that I pulled out. This here, unfortunately, it's track lighting, so you just hook it into a track, turn it, put a bulb in there. Really nice units. I used to use something like this in a house that I once owned, but I don't think they're really worth all that much, and that's steel, so I will recycle it if I can't flip it, just because there is so much metal to it, and I'll get a few cents out of it. Same thing with this. These are just plates, and most of them are plastic, so for that reason, it's going to be something I'm probably going to donate. Hopefully that's something that can be used, Habitat for Humanity. Same thing with all of these and all of these. So they're all pretty much ceramic, like 90-something% of them. So I can't really throw them into shred, and they're good units. I'll throw those to Habitat for Humanity, along with these plugs that are all plastic. These things, I'll check and see if there's any market on eBay to sell these as a lot. If not, those are all getting donated. I've got 3 full cases of those. These here are all small light bulbs. We'll donate those, the lampshades, and I'm going to check out eBay, see if there's a market for these, what are they called? Rapid Start, 1 lamp Rapid Start, whatever these things are. But they were new in the box. I opened them up. These transformers are used, but they're nice 8 to 9 pound transformers. May or may not take the copper out of those, might turn them in as is, depends on how I feel. And then those, just more of those. So some donation stuff there. Just feel better about pulling that out of the dumpster and doing something with it rather than ended up in the landfill. Let's start over with this stuff. So this is just under cabinet lighting. I'm going to end up keeping quite a bit of this stuff to see if I can't get the rest of the cabinets done for my girlfriend. I did 1/2 the kitchen, and hopefully these will be the same type of light. And most of these are really old, so it's that old yellowish light, which is, to me, I kind of like that better than the LED really bright stuff. So hopefully that'll work. I've got a bunch more over there, and then whatever I can't use, I'm going to probably scrap out. The market there isn't very good for reselling that stuff, and because I can get something out of it for scrap value, I'm not going to donate it. That's just how I operate. So these here are just regular overhead lights, I believe, like these here. So just something that would go up in the ceiling, and that is going to get stripped out and scrapped out. That one's going to get stripped out and scrapped out, that one as well. Market isn't there for those. This light here is just a heavy-duty light, so that's going to have some nice aluminum sheet and cast, so I'm going to strip that out. This thing here, I took apart this, and these suckers are like 30 pounds, so there's got to be a huge transformer in there. It's all aluminum. I will check the value on eBay to see if there's a market for those, and if there is, then I'll repackage that and send it out. If not, it's all going to get stripped down. These things here, more lights. Again, they're all brand new in the box, so I will go ahead and check, see if there's value before I strip them. And then these round tubes are also some kind of channel, also aluminum, so I'll strip that out. These here I took because they were heavy. I knew they'd have ballast in them, and they do. They've all got about a 4-pound ballast. I get about 20 cents a pound on that stuff, plus the wire, so those are all going to get stripped out. Again, not much of a market for those. Got like a 10-pound battery here. And then these bad boys, so these things are huge. I've already stripped them of the steel pieces that were already on them. That's a good 10, 13 pounds. I'll get $4 to $5 for those two things right there. All of this, that's all the wire I took out of all that stuff. That's just more stuff I've got to go through. Some conduit I got to strip and cut out all the wire. But easily wire value 30 plus pounds and $1.50 a pound minimum for that stuff. All this is breakage that I need to break apart. These outdoor lights are kind of cool. I'm hoping they're brass. They might be aluminum. I am going to take them apart because they have been used, and for whatever reason they decided not to use them and put them back in the boxes. So that tells me something's wrong with them, or I don't know. Just trying to sell used stuff like that isn't a very good plan because it just doesn't move. I've tried it in the past. And the rest of this is aluminum breakage that I need to go through. Shred steel, along with a lot of other shred steel like in that container. This is aluminum plate, a little bit of aluminum cast in there. These are all the power supplies that I found. I found a ton of them, and then I found more inside of things that I took apart. So there's a good 25 pounds, and I think I get about 18 to 20 cents a pound on that. A couple more light fixtures. I'll remove the ballast like I will on the other ones, remove the wire, the rest goes into shred. And then my filing cabinet, I'll fill that with miscellaneous shred material and then throw that on the truck. So that is pretty much everything for just going out for what I thought would be an hour, turned into 4, and actually ended up being a really good night. Dollar value wise, probably in the $200 range is what I'm guessing, but it's going to be hard to tell until I get a lot of this stuff stripped down. And if I'm able to resell stuff, then the price goes up from there. Anyway, that is everything. There's Nooner sleeping in the middle of the grass. He likes hanging around, and he's good company. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Leave your comments below, and I will talk to you later.